Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a very chill kind of day in the life, what I do at the end of the day. I've got some great recipes that I'm gonna whip up and I can't wait to share them with you. If you're new here, my name is Nicholsen and I love to do all things homemaking, and I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel. It's totally free. And if you're returning, it is so great to see you. Okay guys, let's jump into this beautiful day. After our morning routine, I wanted to prep a little bit of lunch. Now, you guys know I love Green Chef. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Green Chef was just acquired by HelloFresh, which are the two meal kits that I use exclusively. So that was very exciting to find out. So my boxes came. This is enough food to feed our family of 6. If you aren't familiar with Green Chef, they are an organic meal kit company that helps you cook clean, delicious dinners week after week with step-by-step recipes and pre-measured ingredients that help save you time. They have changed the way meal kit subscriptions work by offering incredible meals that fit your lifestyle. So whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, fast and fit, Mediterranean, and gluten-free, they have you covered. Green Chef helps me eat clean and live a healthy lifestyle by conveniently shipping a variety of delicious meals right to my doorstep every single week. You guys know that we always try to eat as clean as possible. So one thing I really do value about Green Chef is that they are the easiest way to eat clean, with recipes that will help manage things like your weight or your wellness goals, depending on what it is that you are trying to achieve. For us, I like to have very clean meals that are healthy, but also very full of flavor. And I just love the variety. They have so many different things they use, like jicama and edamame and fennel and bok choy and other things that I wouldn't typically think to get at the grocery store. I love that Green Chef is helping me expand my ability to cook new recipes while also giving us great and healthy clean meals to eat. If you would like to join me and to have a variety of clean, delicious meals sent right to your house, use code LAUREN50 for 50% off, and thank you to Green Chef for sponsoring today's video. Okay guys, let's get started with our day. So the first thing I want to do is get an order put in for groceries. So I'm just going to do a little inventory here in the refrigerator and in the pantry and actually order that online. It just makes things so much easier, especially because my schedule and routine has gotten a little bit thrown off. I want to make sure that I still have fresh fruits, vegetables, snacks, juice, water, everything that our family needs to thrive, packed and stored in both the pantry and the refrigerator. So I'm going to do that now, and then I want to head out to the garden. I have not picked up any eggs in a couple days, so we're going to check that out. I'm sure Blanca is in there being broody as heck, so we'll kick her out, and then I also need to go harvest in the garden. Tell us in the comments down below, how have you been? Are your kids or grandkids or nieces, nephews, friends, kids, neighbors' kids back in school, or are they still enjoying the sweetness of this summer? Our kids are headed back to school in a couple days. I cannot wait to get back into our back to school routine, but it is definitely pretty bittersweet. There's nothing more satisfying than coming out here and finding a ton of eggs and harvesting all of the fruits and vegetables from our garden. Today I've got a ton of tomatoes. Finally, the heirlooms have come in and I am going to clip them all off and get them into the refrigerator. I also have a bunch I'm going to give to our neighbors as well, but I want to come through here and just start to pull off all the tomatoes. Recently, our chickens found the tomatoes and have started to eat them. So I haven't been letting them do their dirt baths in here as much recently, but for the most part, I have just allowed them to kind of hang out in this area while I'm harvesting. That way they can enjoy it as well. I did make an amazing recipe on my channel called the Life-Changing Sandwich. Actually, it's called a spicy Spanish burrata melt, but I use the tomatoes and garlic and I just roast them. It is the best sandwich. You guys definitely have to check it out. So stick around so you guys can see all the yummy food that we are going to make today, because I'm also going to be making some turnovers from some blackberries that our neighbor left at the house, and they turn out so good. They're so easy. The kids were asking for a dessert tonight, and I just thought, well, it only takes a couple minutes to make these, so I made them and they turn out super delicious. But stick around so you guys can see how everything turns out. We have all the girls out. Are you fighting? Don't fight. In the kitchen, baby. All right, so here's... Oh! What's up, Rue? What are you doing up there, Lucy? They've been pecking at her, so it's nice to let them out. Hi, Booch. Bruchio. He's so cute. Okay. My camera died. But we got everything watered here, and we've got another round of zooks coming in. The peppers are looking good. This is how it looks right now. And we got bees, which is a good sign. We've got tomatoes, peppers. All right, guys, let's go inside and start cooking, because I bet the kids are getting hungry. They're all swimming and playing. So tonight we're just doing a little simple chicken on the barbecue. I'm gonna go make some veggies. I always like to clean all of the dirt and bugs off of our vegetables the second I pull them in from the garden. That way I can tuck them away and they're ready to use as soon as we're going to cook. I always like to do food prepping videos. I will probably do a lot more of those just because I don't have the flexibility to kind of go day to day with my recipes. Again, I'm going to have to go back to a very kind of strict recipe schedule of like what the kids are going to have for lunch and dinner and breakfast, where lately I've just kind of been going with the flow. Whatever's in the refrigerator I cook up. This particular day is that I just kind of like looked at what was in the garden and supplemented with items in the refrigerator that I felt needed to be cooked today. So I thought it'd be nice to have a nice very fresh green vegetable on the side of our chicken. I've been eating extremely healthy lately. I feel like this summer, especially since I haven't had a 9-to-5 job, I've just kind of been doing whatever. So I have been eating a little bit not as great as I typically do, and just we've been having a ton of pool parties. So I just need to kind of reset my body. So I am going back on my fasting diet. I haven't been fasting for a couple weeks now. So I'm going back to using my Fastic app, and I'm just going to get on a much stricter diet, which is a little bit hard, but I've been working out every single day, where before I was maybe doing it every couple of days. But I'm trying to get my body back in a very fit lifestyle, because right now I'm just kind of I'm in the summer slide, guys. I'm trying to get out of it, but I'll take you guys along with me, show you what works, what doesn't, and hopefully we can get fit together. But tonight I also found a ton of heirlooms in the garden, so I decided to do just a little caprese salad, which is super easy. All you have to do is chop up some fresh mozzarella, some fresh basil, fresh tomatoes, throw it all into a bowl, and add a little balsamic vinegar, a little bit of olive oil. You can season it with whatever you'd like, but I usually just use pepper and a little bit of garlic salt. It goes a long way. And just mix that up. Let it sit for, I would say, like 10 to 15 minutes, because the mozzarella will sop up all of that delicious basil. It is such a simple and refreshing salad you can have anytime, but here is everything. I'm going to go ahead and eat with the kids, and then let's pop back into the kitchen. It's later in the evening, and I want to get everything nice and tidy. The kids are my son plays basketball. He's got training every other night, so my husband went ahead and did that. I'm going to unload all the dishes. That's usually our chore. I unload, my husband loads, unless we're both busy, but we kind of try to share in the workload, and we're starting to have the kids do way more this year for back to school. We actually had the kids do their own baskets, so they had a little checklist. They had to check everything off. I know I typically do back to school videos, but it was a little bit hard. It was either I teach them how to do it, or I make a video that isn't exactly truly authentic to what happened. So I ended up not filming that. I wanted the kids to learn how to get their own items together. So you guys will definitely be able to see my past videos. They are linked in a playlist down below if you guys are looking for some back to school inspiration. I will definitely be doing a back to school routine video because I definitely need it. I don't know if you do, but I definitely need that. I always find that every season it's also nice to readjust your routine as well. But for now, I want to get the kitchen clean, and then I'm going to start to prep my lunch for my workday tomorrow. Over the weekend, I made a giant potato salad for a little barbecue that we had, so I wanted to go ahead and use up some of the leftover potatoes. I just had too many, so instead of throwing them away, I just saved them. So I'm gonna make a fresh thing of potato salad to take to work with me the next day, and I also had some leftover chicken, so it's a nice protein. I would say probably now in the diet that I have right now, I wouldn't be eating potatoes, but I certainly am not gonna let them go to waste for the sake of a diet. So I decided to grab some dill from the garden. I'm going to throw that inside. I had a little more than I anticipated, so I'm just going to save that for a future dish, which is going to be a salmon lemon dill pasta, which is really good as well. So I am just going to make this, and then we'll throw it in the refrigerator. That way tomorrow morning when I get up for work, I have everything I need. I try to prep my meals every single night. That way I am not tempted to eat things that aren't healthy for me. And going back into fasting, I will definitely do intermittent but shorter periods of time, because I am doing so much output between work and also working out every day that I definitely want to have 2 meals a day. So I will keep you guys posted on how all that goes. To make this potato salad, you're just adding a little bit of those small Yukon Golds in there, some green onions, dill, sour cream. I like to use a garlic salt and just mix that all up. I also threw some jalapenos in there, but I also like to either add celery, which I didn't have on hand, or I also really like to add some pickles in there. So today, since I didn't have either of those, I just put some jalapenos, and it was delicious. Now that that's done, the kids were asking for a nice dessert, and I wanted to take the blackberries that I got from my neighbor. It's a little bit later in the evening. And I have some puff pastry in the freezer, so I thought I'd just whip these up. It's very easy to make. All you're gonna do is add some blackberries to a pot. I'm gonna add a little bit of a lemon juice in here, and then we're also gonna add 1/4 cup of sugar. Let that come to a little bit of a simmer, and then I'm gonna be adding in a little bit of cornstarch. Once that is all kind of bubbling and cooking away, and both the cornstarch and the sugar have melted, we're going to just add them to a puff pastry, top it with an egg wash, and bake it. I will put this recipe down below if you guys are interested in making it. It's one of my favorite things to make. You can literally put anything inside the puff pastry and make a turnover, and it's super yummy and easy to do. Once you guys are done baking your turnovers, you can either add things like some powdered sugar to the top. I like to add some ice cream to the side. It's super, super, super delicious to make if you can find things fresh from the garden. I also have used these for vegetables, so adding kind of like a ratatouille to the inside of these, and then putting salt on top and adding them to the side of like a chili or a really delicious fall stew. They're kind of like a nice breaded treat that you can dip into those. So I will share more of that in the fall, but once you have your turnovers nice and cooled down, I like to put them on a nice board. I'm going to add a little bit of brown sugar to mine today, and then let the kids come in and devour these for dessert. I don't always make dessert, but since I had the blackberries on hand and I had all the items to make it, I thought this would be the easiest thing. The other thing you could do is make these for dessert, for breakfast. There is a really great bakery here in town that does turnovers for breakfast, and I absolutely love them. My favorite are the raspberries. I love raspberry jam, raspberry everything. I'm not a huge strawberry lover, but blackberries are right there alongside my raspberry love affair. So here is how it turned out. If you guys want to check it out, I will put the recipe down below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video real soon. We have so much coming up with fall, so please definitely hit that subscribe button. And if you want to join my cooking channel over there, you will have all of my recipes. I also upload the same videos but without sponsorship. So if you're looking for that, you can head over there. It is the first link down below after today's sponsor, which was Green Chef. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video real soon. Bye.